for John Calipari and the Hogs, 78-70. A satisfying final tonight in Austin.
Home of the 58th best show in the mid-market, mid-morning time slot across the USA. This is the Morning Rush.
That's right. We're rising in the net rankings just like the Razorbacks. 58th with a bullet. How about them Hogs? You know, we call it Too Stupid Thursday, but with Ty out today, I think we just changed the name, Colton, to it's a How About Them Hogs Thursday.
How about them, Tommy?
How about them Hogs? Woo! 78-70. Now, let's not get carried away. Let's not have a pep rally here. But, hey, this team may have just figured out the way to blend it all together and the way to bring all the pieces together because right now they have really built some confidence, not only what appears to be within their four walls, but what we can see and feel out here. And just listening to Chuck and Bo, just talking to my buddies during the game. I know you had some calls last night on Hog Reaction. I think right now this fan base is starting to gather a little momentum and a little swagger. You heard the final call there. Hogs, I don't want to say held on or they
fended off the Longhorns. They
fended off a run in the second half from Texas and managed an 8-point win. Cal talked about it after the game that, hey, I'd have taken a 2-point win and ran to the bus, but it didn't go quite the way they wanted in the second half. But you knew Texas was going to make a run, and they did. Arkansas did what they needed to do and had enough quality possessions over the last 5 to 7 minutes to fend off a Texas run and earn their third SEC victory of the year, their 14th on the season, and they sent Texas to 4-6 in the league. So now you feel like you're at least back in the mix of things. Clay Henry's going to be with us as well. Is Clay there now?
Clay, you with us here?
All right, he'll be on in just a few minutes and join us for the conversation. When you think about where you were as a fan base, where you think you were as a team 2 weeks ago, following that LSU loss, following that week you lost to LSU at Missouri, isn't it amazing how these two wins put you in a position where now, I don't want to say anything and everything seems possible, because Cal was talking about maybe being a 6, 7, 8 seed last night. I don't think I'm taking that out of context based on his post-game comments, but does that seem possible? Does that seem like, hey, this team with Alabama, the number 3 team in the country coming in Saturday night, still Auburn to play and half of the SEC chase and race left to go? What is possible for this team? Big win last night. That's where we began. Your thoughts on it. You can call or text 877-377-6963. We're brought to you by our buddies at the Inn at the Mill. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are probably scrambling for hotel reservations this morning after being on the fence about maybe going last night. I think last night's win is going to be huge for the crowd on Saturday. If you're looking for a place to stay, I recommend you call Jennifer right now. Let me give you the number, 479-443-1800. They'll get a oversized suite ready for you. You can have a great breakfast to start your Sunday morning after a game that's, by the way, been moved back to 7:30 versus 7. If you didn't get that news yesterday, they have moved the game back 30 minutes. So get a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas. The Inn at the Mill is conveniently located off the Johnson exit 69, and it's just, 10 minutes or so away from campus. Easy to get to, plus all the shopping and restaurants and everything you want to do is nearby. That's the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, and online at innatthemill.com. Ty's out today and tomorrow. Clay's here now with us. And Clay, how about them Hogs? 78-70 in Austin, beating Kentucky and beating Texas back-to-back. For a Razorback fan, it doesn't get much sweeter than that.
No, and to do it on the road is a double treat. That's kind of like the cherry on top. And what I think about winning at Texas, that's as good as it gets, unless it's winning at Kentucky. that's better than it ever gets. Yeah. But it's through history. We've seen Arkansas win in these places. I mean, they've had success at Rupp Arena before. I wasn't surprised that they would win. But it's still exhilarating is what it is. I mean, these 8 o'clock games in these kind of victories is not conducive for sleep. I mean, you get all worked up, and the game's over at 10:30. You think you're going to go to bed?
You can't wind down. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I mean, that's I'm like a racehorse, man. You got to give me 2 or 3 laps to cool down.
You a quarter horse or a thoroughbred? So.
I'm the big one that pulls the beer wagon.
Big Clydesdale.
You're Clydesdale. Arkansas led this game by as many as 23. They held a 35-24 halftime edge. Clay, it looked like they were going to run away at some point. We were talking at halftime just amongst the group I was watching the game with that everyone kind of felt Texas is not done. There's going to be a run, but I kind of thought the 20-point rule would work out. We've seen some games this year in college basketball where it hadn't. Arkansas did withstand a 12-point Texas scoring run midway through the second half. I think one thing that gets overlooked and not talked about, I looked up and just noticed on the screen, there was like 15 and a half left in the game last night. Texas had 24 points. 24. 25 minutes into the game. Clay, I think one thing Arkansas doesn't get enough credit for is how good their defense has been. Despite the record, this has been a team that's held teams below their average and defensively is amongst the elites in this league on the defensive side of the stat sheet.
You're right, but it's just been of late. And I remarked on your show and on others, and I've written it, that the defense was what needed to be fixed first. Everybody was like, okay, try this lineup, try that lineup. Well, whatever lineup will get you better defense because they're giving up too many offensive rebounds. That's defense. That's closing out a stop. They had to fix the rebounding, and that meant in some cases guards had to come rebound. T.J. Wagner and John L. Davis, who's a physical 6'4" guard that can rebound. They had to get those things fixed, and Z had to get healthy. Their defense has become so much better, around the rim since he's gotten healthy, and that's the big story to me is they've polished the defensive end, and when you get runouts, your shooting percentage goes way, way up. I didn't think they played very good defense in the first half at Missouri, and I didn't think they played great defense at LSU. And when I say that, it's because they fouled too much. And that was the one thing that I was concerned about during that stretch that you were talking about, that first 5 minutes of the second half. They had 6 fouls real quickly, Arkansas did. Yeah. And that really helped Texas kind of fuel that comeback, is that they were in the 1-and-1 and the double bonus real fast.
All right, we'll get to that. We're going to get to our opening drive in just a second as well. We'll get to your calls and your text coming up as we have a couple of open lines for you right now. Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday. If you don't have the Bet Saracen app, all the lines, all the prop bets, all the action is there for Sunday's game. Plus, they'll have the Alabama line up soon and college basketball for the weekend as well. If you haven't downloaded the Bet Saracen app, do that. Also, download the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Try the new Cravings menu with loaded with items, 10 items to choose from at $3 or less. It's the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Let's get to it. It's our opening drive, brought to you by First Financial.
Hogs by 9. It's a 9-0 run, and they just stole it away. Ahead to Theory for a one-hand slam at the other end. Hogs right back down the floor. Wagner gives it to Avicic at the elbow to the ribs of Bonamere with a one-hand throwdown. Guarded by Johnson, ahead to Carter. Across the timeline, 2:20 to go. Baseline, Theory! A two-hand flush for a two.
I said to ESPN at halftime, kids are fighting, they're playing defense, and that I love coaching this team.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
I love coaching this team. He's incredible. I mean, when he gets in that element, it's unreal. All right, the opening drive, obviously starting with the Arkansas game last night, 78-70. Now, Clay, after the game, Coach Cal met with the media. It's less than 15 minutes, but talked about the difficulty of this league, which I think we're all bought into now. but also the possibility of just being 500 in this league, earning you a, what do you say, 6, 7, maybe 8 seed, I think were his words. I don't think I'm taking him out of context or misquoting him. Do you think that's reality? You could go 9-9 in this league and be maybe as good as a 6 seed?
I think so. I mean, it just depends on how those wins all stack up. If you've got at Kentucky, at Texas, you knock off Alabama, you get Auburn. I mean, that's pipe dream stuff. I get it. But if you have those victories and you get to 9, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I think they'll also remark at, how they've overcome adversity and how they're a different team now than they were a month ago.
Yeah.
And they are. That's the real truth. Selection committee that, they've gone back and forth whether how you're doing at the end matters more than how you do at the start. And, I've heard this, BS stuff. Well, a victory is a victory. Doesn't matter when it comes. Well, that's not true.
No.
I mean, I think that.
Nor should it be true.
As the selection committee in football is like they didn't give Florida State all that credit for what they did the first half of the season. All they said was, you don't have your quarterback anymore. Yeah. And I think that's what these men in these meetings do.
Yeah.
They make it up as they go.
Speaking of quarterbacks, DJ Wagner's been a pretty good one for the Razorbacks as of late. With Boogie Flant out, Wagner's taken over a lot of those roles for Arkansas. Nearly 37 minutes of action. Had 13 points, but a team-high 4 assists last night. Here was Cal on DJ Wagner after the game.
I think DJ is doing an unbelievable job as a point guard running this team, getting us involved in stuff.
Yeah, I mean, right now, and that's one of the subjects we'll tackle a little bit later in the show. It was brought up during the TV broadcast. Your buddy Dane Bradshaw didn't buy into it. Tom Hart seemed to lean the other way. Is this team in a better spot now with Boogie Flan injured, and he was there on the sideline last night? But you used the quarterback analogy there with Florida State. DJ Wagner's taken over as the quarterback of this offense and this team, and they seem to be coming together for one reason or another with Wagner at the helm.
I think it's not just one thing. And when you say one reason or another, I think there's 5 or 6 reasons.
That's right.
And, for whatever reason, their defense is better. For whatever reason, they're better around the rim. And I think that you have to go back and see, well, what was going on when in that awful January stretch, when they couldn't score, they couldn't defend, was that all Boogie's fault or was any of it his fault? And I think that what you go back and saw that you put the ball in Nelly's hand, he turned it over, or he shot an air ball, or he made a bad pass that got the ball stuck. So what's happening now? Well, he's not doing any of that, and he's making baskets, and he's playing his butt off on defense. So he's a different player. Well, Zeke couldn't even run up and down the court. I mean, his ankle, it was significant. He played a few minutes and here or there, but he shouldn't have. He's a different player now. He's blocking shots around the rim, and there's so much that he doesn't block that he affects. Just him being there at 7-2 has changed the dynamics of what happens around the rim.
And Arkansas had 7 blocks last night. Big Z had 4 of those 7 and only allowed 3 blocks. Those are the kind of things that make a point guard or anyone that's willing to drive into the lane. It's a difference maker. It gets in your head.
So here's what I saw in the first half. They've got Z back there to play goalie. And they really extended their defense. They weren't worried about Texas going to the rim, and they took away the 3. They took away Trey Johnson in the first half. Mm-hmm. Their defense was, to me, suffocating. And you said it. I mean, there was a stretch where Texas went 0 for 12 on their home court. Well, that's the game right there. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, that decided it. You can't give up a 20-point run or a 26-point run. You just can't.
Yeah. Arkansas's best scoring.
26-2 or something like that, whatever it was.
Yeah. And Arkansas had a 15-point run early that completed early in the second half.
Correct.
To your point on Texas shooting, they were 2 of 10 in the first 20 minutes of the game behind the 3-point line, while Arkansas only made 2, but they were 2 of 8 for the game. Arkansas makes 7 3-point baskets. If you'd have told me last night going into the game they were going to be at 7, I'd have said they probably weren't going to win the game. They probably weren't going to have a lead of 23 at some point. That's kind of been the secret sauce as of late. But last night's game was about, I think, Arkansas's defense and holding them to 70 points last night. And you look at 24 in the first half. That's incredible.
Yeah, and I thought their free throw shooting was good too, and that's Texas. Had some misses there in the middle of their run that really could have been daggers if they'd hit 5 or 6 more free throws in that run. And Arkansas made theirs. I mean, except for Tiro, they were terrific from the line. They said after the game that he was sick, and he didn't look sick, did he?
Well, I don't know.
That's a relative term.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in my house is sick right now. We got, it seems like half the staff here at the radio station has got the flu or the COVID. Bart's been out for like 10 days. I mean, it's just it's nasty out there. I mean, so to have the stamina to go out there and give you those kind of minutes, and you need them out of him because, let's just be honest, Jonas Adu hadn't been playing well as of late, and you need Thiero and his scoring ability. He didn't have his normal game, and John L. kind of picked that up. But with Adu, if he ever gets his game going again, this team could be really dangerous.
Well, the minutes that he's going to get are going to be because of somebody else's foul trouble, because they've made the decision, it appears to me, that Z's their best guy. Yeah. I mean, he's the guy that they're going to ride with. And, he's going to. I think Adu will get some minutes to rest him or when he's in foul trouble, but I think Z, his personality is starting to kind of come through. Now, he was a guy that early on I thought pointed the finger and, like, you need to do this. And it's all about him now taking care of his own business. You can just see that development. And that's the magic of a head coach like Nolan or Cal or Sutton, that they are able to find roles and then develop them. And I think that's what you see with this team.
Well, to your point, Abisic had 36 minutes of action and Adu had 4, so that I think you pretty well nailed it there.
Yeah, now Adu made a couple of big baskets for him. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah.
He just wasn't out there much.
He was 1 for 2 last night. All right, that's your opening drive. It's brought to you by First Financial Mortgage and our good buddy, Ethan Adamson. You can stop in and see Ethan. If you're getting ready to enter the process of buying a home, the most important step, other than selecting the home that you're going to love, is how are you going to finance it? Are you looking at a 15 or a 30-year mortgage? What's the best rate you can get? And who are you going to work with to get you that expert advice? Well, Ethan and his team have a 5.0 rating on Google for a reason. That's a reflection of the experience others have had, including Ty, who, when he bought his first home, used Ethan as his advice, his sounding board, and it has worked out great for him, and it will for you. Call Ethan at 479-782-9300 or online at ffb1.com. They're right here to help you in the market of buying your home, refinancing your home, or if you just have questions, they'll be glad to answer those as well. 782-9300 or again online at ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. Speaking of Boy Wonder, he is at the Waste Management in Phoenix, where
probably wasted
at Waste Management. What time? See, it's only 7 a.m. out there. He's probably on his way. But they were talking about Clay getting at the gates out there at 4 a.m. so they could get a spot on the 16th hole. Maybe I'm just too old and too crusty, and I think I know your answer on this. But there is zero chance I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be at a golf tournament at 4 to get a spot on a hole that no one's going to be playing on for 10 more hours.
Well, I think that his goal is to be wasted by the time the first group comes through there. And do we just assume that they're serving White Claws out there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think that's a safe assumption.
Seltzer in the can. Yeah, he's going to be or maybe they do plastic bottles there. I mean, I don't know. That seems more logical. You don't like to have cans being thrown out.
No, they're talking about taming that down. I mean, that was like the one big raucous event of the PGA calendar is the Waste Management. If you follow golf, you know what I mean. But they've got this If you don't, let us kind of set it up. They have a stadium hole, and what I mean by that is they line it with what would be skyboxes or suites,
bleachers,
but they've lined it up, and it's become a corporate deal, and it is rowdy. They play music, they boo the golfers, they cheer the golfers, and if someone makes an incredibly great shot, they throw beer cans, and just go Google or go better than that, go to YouTube and just search 16th hole waste management, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I guess for him, it's been a bucket list deal. He's been talking about this for 4 or 5 years now. He wanted to go to this event, and honestly, I wouldn't mind going for one day, but I'm not making a weekend of it.
I just don't understand the concept of not seeing more than one hole. When I've gone to Augusta, Augusta National, and I move around and see a lot of different things.
Well, this isn't Augusta. Let's not confuse this with Augusta.
Yeah, but it's still a golf. Well, it's a party that it's sometime during the weekend a golf tournament breaks out.
That's exactly about it. So, Anyway, he'll be out there and be back with us on Monday. Tomorrow we'll do our Fence Man Friday picks. Sean's going to be here with us. Clay and I and Colton will give you our thoughts for the weekend, SEC basketball, and, of course, the Super Bowl as well. We'll do all that tomorrow. Brought to you by the Fence Man. 782-3936 is the number. Call Sean. They're giving away some great prizes right now. You can see those on their Facebook page, and all you need to do is call and get your free quote, and that can be done at 782-3936. The Fence Man Friday picks tomorrow about this time here on the Morning Rush. All right, more to come. We'll also get into your SEC update a little bit later on. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Streaming live from hitthatline.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio, and you are listening to the Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is the Morning Rush, and this isn't.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir. Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
27. Larry to the other end. He's blocked at the rim by Richmond. Knocks out of there with it. They fouled Carter in the backcourt. What a rejection by Billy Richmond.
One of the 7 blocks the team had last night. We're calling it the Billy block, Clay, and a huge moment in the game last night, and really a impressive play up at the rim to deny that shot.
The athletic ability on this team, sometimes we just forget that these are all really highly regarded players. Athletic ability, the length, they just have a lot of different skills. They're as they come together more and more, there will be teams is like, well, we don't like the way they fell on our schedule. I'm talking about the end of the schedule.
Yeah. And
I'm one of those guys.
Well, Cal hit on that note about a lot of times it's not who you play, it's when you play them. I don't know if we have that clip, Colton, but he spoke of that last night after the game in his address with the media that, we had a very front-loaded schedule. Played Tennessee early, caught them, out of the gate and didn't play well. We've caught some teams, but that doesn't also explain away the LSU loss, which hopefully doesn't come back and haunt them. But he is right from the standpoint it's about when you catch teams. I don't think anyone, Alabama. I know they've had the week off, but they're probably not excited about coming into Bud Walton on Saturday night with the Hogs playing the way they are right now.
Yeah, they're pretty good and they're pretty cocky. So. Players probably don't feel that way. Maybe coaches and fans might see that more, what you're saying. But it is about timing. Yeah. And, I can point to Arkansas's baseball team, and it's like when you played TCU last year was everything. They were rolling when they came in here, but a month earlier, I mean, they were getting clubbed. And the same thing happened the year before that when North Carolina State came in, and they were as hot a team as you could find, or maybe that was several years ago.
Yeah.
But my point is, it is when you play somebody, and if they've got everything going and the pitcher's hot, and you get 2 or 3 hot hitters at the same time, well, and the same thing goes with basketball. It's injuries. I mean, and I keep pointing to the struggles that they had in January, and I think they were injury related. Nelly, they shut him down over Christmas. I don't think we even remember that now, that there were 2 games. They just his wrist is just not responding to treatment. He doesn't have any strength in it. I mean, that's what I saw. All of his shots were short. Just didn't have strength in that shooting hand, and that's come back, and it affected his dribble. He had a loose dribble with that hand because he just didn't have the feel and strength in it. And you play a few minutes, and all at once that you feel the strength going away. Anybody that's been hurt understands that you feel pretty good for a little while, and then it starts weighing on you, those ankles.
Well, he's playing like Nelly and not John L. right now. So
I mean, there's no question that he's a different player, and there's no question that Z's a different player. And I think that you don't want to play them right now. And Coach Cal spoke on it last night. He thinks there's still a little more in the tank. That they're not to the point, and they still make some judgment errors. Is like, why did you do that? I guess that's the way basketball is now. It's such a fast-paced game. You're going to make some mistakes.
All right, Saturday night's game between Arkansas and Alabama has been moved back 30 minutes. It's going to be on ESPN. They've had some programming changes. I think that was because of an NBA game earlier in the day. Maybe wrong about that, but
it is. It's because
of the trade. I think
Luka.
They've moved the. I wasn't sure about the NBA schedule. I knew about Arkansas' schedule, but the game is now going to start at 7:30 instead of 7. So if you've seen a change on that, it's a 30-minute shift backwards, which I think is probably good. I've thought since if Arkansas could win last night, you're going to have your best crowd of the year for Saturday night, and I think a Saturday night game will probably fill the building up. Doors are going to open at 6, and Arkansas and Alabama will tip off at 7:30. We'll have it here on ESPN Arkansas, and they hit that line now, outfueled by Taco Bell on Saturday night as well, and then Hog Reaction following that. All right, that's your Hog Update. It's brought to you this morning by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
It's a week from tomorrow, Clay. We'll get into baseball season. It'll get underway. People are starting to ask about that, and I know you've had some recent sit downs and conversations with Matt Hobbs and Nate Thompson and that staff over there. And I think a lot of people are excited for this Washington State game a week from tomorrow in Fayetteville and what is scheduled to be. I know the weather. It stinks that we're not getting this week's weather next weekend. It's not so great for the forecast to the end of next week, but 4 games beginning on Friday, a Friday through Monday set with Washington State. Hopefully they can play at least 3 of them.
Yeah, and I think they might double up, one of those days. Not Monday, that's getaway day for Washington State. And I really like this team, and I think that the coaches do. And it's there was a period about 3 weeks ago that you couldn't get baseball here fast enough, and now I think we're going to enjoy basketball to the finish line.
Hey, if you're looking for a place to maybe have lunch today or maybe dinner before the Arkansas-Alabama game on Saturday, put Sassy's in your phone. Find both locations in Fayetteville. They're on Cottage in the original Red House, and then off the Weddington exit on Steamboat. They'll be back for Coach Cal Live next Monday night there as well. So get by and see them at Sassy's. Also, get Super Bowl ready with one of the Razor Packs. You can order online at sassysbarbecue.com. Sassy's, 2 locations in Fayetteville. Eat, drink, and be sassy. Phone lines are open, 877-377-6963.
Even though you try to be, Ty, you just can't quite get.
Well, I just probably can't get there. But you should try either.
You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
This is the Morning Rush.
Touchdown, Razorback!
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by Cart Path Social. And this is going to anchor around a conversation that came up during the broadcast last night between Tom Hart and Dane Bradshaw. We've had this conversation going back to when we learned the news of Boogie Flan's injury and then the hand surgery he had. And now, I propose the idea that, hey, this team may be forced to get better and the pieces come together without Boogie Flan at point by shuffling the deck a little bit. The question was brought up last night by Tom Hart asking Dane Bradshaw, one of your friends, Clay, is this team better without Boogie Flan? Dane Bradshaw didn't think so because of Boogie's level of talent. So that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. After we've seen, what's it been, 4 games now, I think, without Boogie? Is this team better with Boogie? Is Boogie's absence, an addition by subtraction, or is this just the team gelling and coming together? What are you seeing, Clay? Because there's no question the team's playing better. Is Boogie's absence having something to do with that?
Sometimes it's, as they say, it's addition through subtraction, and it's not that they miss Boogie for sure, and they miss his minutes, and some of those guys, I'm sure that at the 10-minute mark when they're really gassed, when Texas was making that comeback, that's the critical area. Did you get enough rest in the first half, in the first part of the second half? And that's problematic with 8 versus 9. And if you take Jonas out, then you're really playing with 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've already identified.
He
what
had
did he play?
4 minutes. 4 minutes and 6 seconds.
And that's
last
been
minute.
the norm.
And Billy Richmond played 9 minutes last night. He had a huge block, but he was a factor. But he's not playing.
Carter Knox
30
is the
minutes.
one that's really picked up the minutes.
36 last night.
Yeah, and they're solid minutes, and he made free throws when he was tired, and that is not easy to do for a freshman.
Made them all.
Yeah, so let's just. But I think that what you see is a team that is polishing the rough edges, and I've said this. And it's, you got to be real careful how you address this and how you say it. You can say, well, they don't look coached. Well, they look like they had unpolished edges on defense. The way they were, switching on the ball screens, the way they were doing things, it looked like Cal wasn't comfortable with all of their decisions. And, it's highly interesting to discuss this because Boogie's gone and they're playing better. So what is it? Well, I think it's a lot of things, and sometimes when a top player goes out, everybody kind of picks it up a little bit. It's like, hey, we've got to play better. But I think by and large, what I've seen is defensive improvement, which has led to easy points on offense. And that's what they weren't getting transition points. They weren't getting easy points. And you think about that first half, some of those runouts that they got. And, it's deflating when you give up a dunk at the other end, a guy's all by himself. I mean, that's the easiest points in the world. That's easier than free throws. I mean, a breakaway dunk.
Yeah.
But it's good thought, and I know it's real easy to say that they're just better without him. That's not really the way I look at it. I think there's a bunch of different factors. I mean, Z's playing better. He's healthy now, and that affects Jonas's minutes, when we look around. But it's without question Carter Knox, Billy Richmond. These guys are playing better. They're McDonald All-Americans. They're not slouches. They needed minutes, and now they're getting.
Colton, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think that, Tommy, one of the big things that you have to realize whenever Boogie's gone is there's now a vacuum. Whenever he left, there's 18 shots that have to be taken. That's about how many Boogie averaged every night. And so whenever there's that many shots that have to be taken in order just to get back into a normal scoring rhythm for your team, somebody had to take those shots. And I think, Clay, you touched on it. Guys just have more opportunity now. Nelly's freed up to create a little bit more, and it just kind of gave this team more opportunity to have the ball. I don't think it's quite as black and white as they're better without it.
Here's what I see, guys. I see motion in the offense. I see screens, and for the first time this season, the last 2 weeks, Clay, I'm seeing backdoor cuts being created. I'm seeing looks at the basket that aren't coming on dribble drives from always the point guard. There seems to be a flow and some motion that makes sense and a rhythm to the offense.
Yeah. So let's just kind of analyze why that is, and I think first of all, DJ's more comfortable on the point than he is at the 2. Nelly's more comfortable at the 2 than he was at the 3. I mean, the 3 means that he had to guard a 3. He is more dangerous. He's on the ball more on defense because he's on a 2 now, and he's flat. I think there was it Texas? He had 4. I mean, he had 4 steals against Kentucky.
3.3 steals the last 4 games. Nelly has.
So you're putting him in the mix defensively where his caginess is he sees things happening and makes a flash, and so does Richmond. So that and Knox is playing more sensible. I mean, it's like he doesn't have to foul, every time somebody has the ball in front of him. Just sit down and play defense. So I just think they're polishing the edges, and the backdoor cuts are there because Z takes the post man to the 3-point line.
Yeah. All right, that's your Morning Rush Daily Question. It's brought to you by Cart Path Social, Northwest Arkansas's #1 destination for indoor golf. I have really become a fan of playing and practicing and working on the game on a simulator, and you can do that at Cart Path Social. The cool thing is they have dozens and hundreds of courses. From all the courses you see on TV, like the Waste Management this weekend or Pebble Beach, to the old classics like St. Andrews. You can play them all at Cart Path Social, and it's BYOB, so bring your food, bring your booze, and have a party. You can watch the Super Bowl there this weekend, and they've got even courses from Northwest Arkansas that you can play right there. No golf attire is required. They have league play, and you can ask about memberships as well. It's all at Cart Path Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, Arkansas, right in the heart of everything. Go to cartpathsocial.com for details and to book online as well and to reserve your reservation. 479-487-3622. That's 487-3622 or cartpathsocial.com. Clay, are you a socializer during the Super Bowl? Are you one of these that, hey, I don't want a big crowd. I want to be able to watch the game and not have people falling over themselves to watch the commercials?
Hey, I've done it always, and I like to be around. That game to me is a social game. I'm not a hardcore Kansas City fan or hardcore Philadelphia fan. So I mean, I'm really not an NFL guy, but but I've done it where there's been a group, and I've done it where it's just me and Gene Ann, and I'm probably gonna get my smoker going Sunday afternoon and have a spatchcock, a whole chicken, and then also have some ribs. Might have some pork bellies, some burnt ends, and it'll just be for the two of us. I think we might invite some other family members, but it's Sunday night. It's usually just me and her. I got to back up, Tommy. You did the live read for Cart Path Social. Sarah and I went out there Sunday.
Oh, did you?
Hit balls, yeah. We just did the range. We didn't play a course. We just booked an hour, and we were just trying to loosen up and kind of get started for the spring. And that's a great way to do it. She's a novice, and so she's trying to figure out distances with her irons, and that's what we worked on. Okay, how far do you hit a 7-iron? And you can get the data, and then we did some things with alignment where she could really see ball flight. You know, we loved it. We walked in and they're playing George Strait on the loudspeaker, and
They knew you were coming.
We were the only ones there for a little while. I did ask them if they could bring up War Memorial Park Golf Course on the simulator, and the young lady, I think she might have been a Rogers High golfer, and she just looked at me and didn't say anything, and then she realized, you know, I was joking, but it's like, no, I don't think we have War Memorial Park on their simulator.
Shockingly.
It's not one of the thousands of golf courses that they have in their system.
Yeah. Nor does it exist anymore, but it was.
No, it doesn't.
It was one of the ones you cut your teeth on.
Iconic is the best way to describe it.
Speaking of things you love the outdoors, and this weekend, the Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Expo is going to be at the Rogers Convention Center. It starts today, goes through Sunday, so if you're like Clay and you're into fishing, Clay, you like to kayak as well, or just getting some outdoor vibes on the lake, they're going to have it all at this event. Vendors will be there with all of the things that they can give you advice on and show you and sell you right there, all the latest gear. Plus, you can ask the experts for some tips as well. It's this weekend at the Rogers Convention Center, the Northwest Arkansas Boat and Outdoor Adventure, today through Sunday. It's, again, the Northwest Arkansas Outdoor or Boat and Outdoor Adventure at the Rogers Convention Center. It's where your next adventure begins. So I know a lot of people are, with this weather we've had the last, 4 or 5 days, getting a little itch to get outside. I think we're going to get some winter weather again next week, but it's had the golfers wearing shorts. It's probably had you out doing some fly fishing too.
It's so great, yeah, and it's a fun time of year to me. There's a lot of things kind of, you got spring football coming up here a little bit, baseball season. But the fly fishing is good. If you get a nice 50-degree days without any wind, I mean, it's just, to me, it's just perfect.
I think Sunday, isn't that when it's looking at the weather? I think Sunday's when we're going to see the shift or the next front or however you want to describe it.
Yeah.
Just looking at the forecast. But next week, they at one point called for some heavy snow, but I think that's been taken out. But, high on Saturday is 70 degrees in Fayetteville. Then Sunday, the high is 44. Monday in the 40s. And then we hit, by the end of the week in Fayetteville, chance of snow on Wednesday and 39, 37 Thursday, Friday, back to 52. So little bit of a dip as we head into next weekend. And, but
the baseball boys will be inside next week.
Yeah. So
until the game time. Yeah.
So hopefully we do get good enough weather to play ball next weekend.
I may be in the market for a new kayak. I've got to really check mine out. There was an armadillo that scurried underneath it, and with my 9mm, I think
it's got a hole in it now.
I think a round bounced off the concrete. I hope that it didn't do anything, but I don't want to find out that I've got a leak about halfway down the Norfolk River.
No, stopping leprosy right in its tracks.
All right, Sunday's the big game. Chiefs and the Eagles. Depends on if you're a Cowboys fan. It's hard to root for them Eagles. Download the Oaklawn Sports app. They'll have every bit of the action you want there. If you haven't done it yet, and you're a first-time customer, if you will, with Oaklawn, you can download it now and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You're automatically rolled. You get a second chance on your first bet each of the first 10 days, up to $100. Plus, they have the 10% profit boost, new and exciting for customers on qualifying three-leg parlays. Each of a profit boost up to 10%. Your parlay with odds of plus 1,000. Download it now, the Oaklawn Sports app.
Is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a gradual increase in some sunshine. We'll see temperatures falling to the 60s north, right around the mid-70s south. Partly to mostly cloudy sky tonight. There is a chance of seeing some showers across the south. Overnight lows will drop down low 40s north, right around 50s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today. KERX, Paris, Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
If you're gonna play Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in the band.
Anytime you get a chance to kick the shit out of the Longhorns, whether it's in football, basketball, or anything, always fun. That's what we do.
4 seconds, 3 seconds to the rim. They let him lay it up, and he blew the layup. Richmond gets the rebound, and it's over. The Razorbacks have come to Austin and beaten Texas. 2 straight wins on the road for John Calipari and the Hogs, 78-70. The satisfying final tonight in Austin.
Home of the 58th best show in the mid-market, mid-morning time slot across the USA. This is the Morning Rush.
Sarcastic but accurate. I don't know where Ty came up with that, but apparently we are. So, hey, glad you're here. Ty is not. He's in Phoenix at the Wasted Management Open. That's what we ought to just call that tournament, the Wasted Management Open. I'm sure he's on 16. About 9 hours from now, the first golfer will come through, and
he'll be 16 in,
and he won't have a clue who he is.
Already popped the top on the first brew.
Not a brew, probably a
seltzer,
a High Noon
White
or
Cloud.
White Claw.
White Cloud.
Yeah.
Is it a White Cloud or White Claw?
White Claw. Yeah.
Hey, this is something I'm not acquainted with, thankfully.
Yeah, and I'm not shocked by that
White
either.
Claws, yeah.
Week from tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so if you're making your plans and you're in the River Valley and you've always thought, hey, Uncorked would be the spot, now's the time to get those reservations. They're going to fill up, and you need to get the reservations now for Valentine's Day. Chef Jazz has worked up a very special a la carte menu crafted with her team for this special night and this special occasion. They're also going to have Nikki Waters there. And so if you want some great music and a great scene and really a special place for you and your sweetheart to go, it's going to be at Uncorked next Friday, February the 14th for Valentine's Day. Get your reservations now at uncorkthefort.com. You can also get reservations, and if your wife's got a group of friends that they love to get together and talk and just spend time together, they're having a Galentine's brunch the next day on Saturday. I know, probably Jean Ann's got her group of gals, Clay, that she likes to, have a glass of wine, maybe have a brunch where they're going to do that, have a special brunch menu to experience with all your best gal pals. And plus they'll have the photo wall perfect for a social media post. You got to have it because unless you take a selfie and post it, it didn't really happen. It's kind of like a tree fall in the forest. If no one's there to hear it, it didn't happen. So you can make your reservations now, uncorkthefort.com. They're right next door to Sodi's on Phoenix Avenue. It's one of my favorite spots for wine, craft beers, small plates, and a great bourbon. That's not in the script. I just added that because that's what I like there is a good pour of Weller's or maybe a Blanton's on a special occasion. They've got a great bourbon selection, too.
Listen to you.
Uncorked, Phoenix Avenue, next to Sodi's in Fort Smith. I will be honest. I had to celebrate that win last night with a little nightcap of Weller's to put the horns down and put myself down for a good night's rest.
Okay, I'm going to tell a story on me.
All right.
So
Tom Murphy in just a second. So tell the story.
Quick. So 7 years ago when we moved here, there was a couple in the neighborhood, and they invited us to dinner. This is in Norfolk. And I was presented with a half pint from 1966 that the seal was not broken, and it had a Razorback logo, the A with the hog jumping through it. And it had the tax stamp, both the federal and the state, unbroken, and it has a jigger cap. Do you remember those? They look like a jigger, a little plastic jigger thing is a screw on. And so a couple of my friends were here, and I showed them that, and we watched an Arkansas-Texas game, an Arkansas victory. He says, okay, we need to open that. So we did, and it was good. It's from a distillery in the heart of bourbon company country in Kentucky, Bardstown, in that one of the top areas. And anyway, so as Arkansas has knocked off some great victories over the last 7 years, that thing has been hit a few times. And so it's finally empty. And so, but we filled it back up with some Blantons. So it's going to live forever.
How did it taste? A 19, what'd you say, 66?
It was smooth.
Smooth?
It was smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The way I understand it, there's it ages, and then at some point it doesn't age anymore. It's as good as it's going to be. It's not in barrels. It's in the glass bottle, so it doesn't do anything.
So it's
more.
like Ty, just as good as he's going to be.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
So I have back to your commercial. I know you're ready to go to Tom, so be quick. I have a question about Uncorked. I'm asking for a friend.
All right.
Do they take reservations for one? Ty Richardson.
Yes, because they have a lovely bar. You can sit up there, and Miss Maggie will take care of you.
Yeah,
and they've got this huge TV screen. I mean, it's like 7 or 8 regular TVs put together. They can put the Hog game up there, and I mean, it just takes over. It's awesome. So yes, I like to sit at the bar
Ty
too.
on Valentine's, reservations for one.
Yeah, well, that's
that's coming.
It's in a week. So, all right, time to get to Tom Murphy this morning. It's brought to you by Mach 1 Financial.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by Mach 1 Financial. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit mach-1financial.com/disclosures.
Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports with us. Tom, we normally call it a Too Stupid Thursday, but we just changed the title with Ty out to it's a How About Them Hogs Thursday here on the Morning Rush. Road wins at Kentucky and Texas within a week's time. Arkansas, I don't know if they hadn't cured everything that's ailed them this year, but they've seemed to find some kind of balance and some kind of magic elixir here to get their third SEC win and doing it with back-to-back road wins.
Yeah, always a pleasure, guys. The win at Kentucky, that was kind of for Cal. That was for the guys on the current team. Last night, that was for old school, man. They went down to Texas the first time they played them in conference, and they were the better team, clearly. You said we were talking on Tuesday about can they bottle it, and my answer was they've unlocked something. And what they unlocked, I think the biggest thing they unlocked in that open week was taking defensive rebounds and throwing the ball down court in transition. Not all of them have worked, but a lot of them have. They had dunks. Nellie Davis was anticipating passing lanes and he got a dunk out of one. The ball wound up in Arkansas's hands so much of that first half. My lasting image of the first half was guys going up for rebounds and Texas dudes hitting the court. And then, they were getting hurt and, just on landing and things like that. But Arkansas just dominated them. And the way they started the second half, that's some of the best stretch of basketball we've seen from them so far. And then they held on. So here we are. I've at least seen at least one outlet today saying they're on the right side of the bubble. If they can go 4-5, 5-4 down the stretch, they're probably in the tournament.
Yeah, Colton, you looked this up. I think they moved from 47th to 44 in the net ranking.
Slid up 3 spots tonight. Yeah, after the win last night, they went from 47 to 44, and you knocked Texas down from 25 to 29.
And where is Alabama in the net ranking?
Alabama is currently number 6 in the net, but they're AP top 3.
Okay, so another huge opportunity. I mean, Tom, I think the only games left that aren't quad 1 or quad 2 would be LSU and South Carolina. I don't want to say it's as simple as you can't lose to those guys. You got to win some other games. But if nothing else for Arkansas, with only 3 SEC wins, there is a ton of opportunity because of the net rankings in the final half of this SEC slate.
Oh, big time. They're riding a wave. They've hit on some things. They're making people guard them a lot harder. Nellie Davis finding his stroke has just been huge for them. They have ways to score. If they can somehow find a way to get Jonas Adu more back involved. I mean, he had a nice low post move yesterday, scored, and then he missed the next one. But finding ways to get him shots. I love the way Big Z held on to rebounds last night. Some of those have been getting out of his hands. But he held on through contact, and it was so good. I thought the officiating in the second half really favored Texas. They called a lot of fouls. Some of them obviously very legit. Some of them were a little ticky-tacky, and it helped Texas get back in the game a little bit. But Arkansas got the benefit of a huge out-of-bounds call with 2-something left that I think it might have been gone off Zvonimir, but a Texas guy forced it. Thankfully, they didn't go to replay, or that could have been overturned. But you called this. You said somehow if they beat Texas, what will Saturday look like? It's going to be a madhouse for Alabama, and that Alabama's got a full week to prepare, and they obviously will understand Arkansas is a new team.
And Clay's here with us too, guy. I mean, I think that week off was huge for Arkansas going to Kentucky. Clay hadn't done the research, but I would, and we're probably not far enough into it yet with the teams that have had midweek buys and how they performed on Saturday. But I can't believe that's not a big factor on Saturday. Arkansas plays late on Wednesday. I know the game got shoved back to 7:30. That helps some, but Alabama's going to be fully rested, fresh legs, playing on an Arkansas team that's really got about 7.5 players right now when they come in here as the number 3 team.
Yeah. I've done a little bit of study on this the last couple of weeks with the teams coming off buys. It's pretty split. It's a mixed bag, but last week Missouri coming off one, and they blew out Mississippi State's doors. It was Arkansas beating Kentucky. Obviously, we know Oklahoma won here with an off week. And so Arkansas is on a deal of every game they've been involved with coming off an open date. The road team has won it. OU won here. Arkansas won at Kentucky. And there might have been one before that. But anyway, so here's Alabama coming in here rested. So the trend seems to favor Alabama on this one.
What do you think about it, Clay? I mean, we talk about buys a lot more in football and performance off buys. I think it does matter in basketball.
Yeah, you get your legs, and I think traveling is tough when it's right on the. I mean, this was to me the tough swing for Arkansas. This was the trap game, and you can say, Tom, you opened it up with this. This was old school. Well, it was for guys like me. Winning at Texas it's a barometer. I mean, they've had 2 in back-to-back. Winning at Kentucky is a barometer. It tells you something about your team. Nobody just goes in there and has it given to you. And they took it from Kentucky. They took it from Texas. And that's the notable things. And, Tom, I don't think I can remember 2 road wins back-to-back for Arkansas of this magnitude. Now, nobody's even talking about that. But I don't know that there's ever been 2 that are as dramatic and significant for a team like this team right now.
Yeah, they needed those in the worst way, and I think you're onto something with the impact and the drama of them. Kudos to Hogs stats. I think he put out last night that this is the third, or in 8 years, it's the third back-to-back road wins. So that tells you how rare it is, and for this team to do it is phenomenal.
At Kentucky and at Texas. Come on, man. That's rich.
Hey, Tom, you mentioned Hog stats. This is the 11th time that Razorbacks have played Kentucky and Texas, but it's the first time beating both teams in the same season. Love Hog stats. Good call that.
Yeah, really good. And all three of the back-to-back road wins have included a game at Kentucky in the most recent 8 years. So pretty phenomenal. Here's another thing with the SEC scheduling. All 4 of the teams that have buys this week, midweek buys, are all playing on the road. And I don't know if they're doing that intentionally, but it's probably a good thing to keep that kind of even.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports. We're recapping Arkansas's 8-point win last night over Texas. Alabama coming up next. You look around the league, we're at the halfway mark. Auburn, here's what I'm most surprised by. Not Auburn being at the top, Auburn being undefeated and has done that. Was it 2 or 3 games they played without Janai Broome? Tom, I didn't think anyone would go more than 5 games before they lost one. Here we are at the halfway mark, and Auburn's proving me wrong.
Pretty incredible. Broome obviously being the steadying factor. I think he missed 2 games, but they've got new guys like Pettiford and Becker Mazzara came back, and I don't know. I like the composition of their roster. Good blend of big dudes, and and some guys who can shoot the three. And Bruce Pearl's got it going on. You're right. You know, a lot of their road games have been really tight. I mean, Georgia, I think, was a 2-point game. There's been others that have been really close. And then at home,
State, yep.
Yeah, and Tennessee went down there and had a shot at the end with Zakai Ziegler missing a shot. So I don't think they're going to go unbeaten. Somebody will take them down, and you know when they go to Bama, that's going to be something. They have to still play them twice.
Yeah. So what's the atmosphere like Saturday night? Is this like when Auburn came in at number 1? Is this like when great Kentucky teams have come in? Is this like the Duke game last year? Is it on that level Saturday night?
It's going to be pretty wild, and I think there's a little carryover on the way we felt Eric Musselman felt about Nate Oates. I don't think they were buddies, and I think the Arkansas fans are very well aware of that. You cannot argue the results. I wrote about it this week. Auburn and Alabama, the last 8 regular season and conference titles, they own 6 of those. Alabama's had 2 sweeps, 21 and 23. They won them both. It's a phenomenal program. The offense he runs, that spread and then drive and pass it out to the 3, it has been very effective. And they went to the Final Four with it. He knows what he's doing. This should be a fantastic game. And if Arkansas can limit the threes, I think they'll have a shot to win.
All right. Well, Tom, great to talk to you. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm going to hit the midway point tomorrow. And the next few weeks could be tough. But you know what? I'm hanging in there. I'm strong. Thank you.
All right, well, we're praying for you and, praying for, obviously, a full recovery as well. So we'll continue to keep you in our thoughts and prayers.
Appreciate that, Tommy. And God bless everyone. And see you Saturday.
All right, we'll see you Saturday at Bud Walton Arena. Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Whole Hog Sports with us Tuesdays and Thursdays here on the Morning Rush. Our visit today brought to you by Mach 1 Financial. The market's got ups, and this week there's been more downs. And with all the constant breaking news and, the marketplace and politics, it's easy to let emotions take over when you're investing. That's why Mach 1 Financial Group brings you the Market Moment podcast. It's a weekly episode where their advisors break down the latest financial headlines and what really matters for investors. How do you balance current events and how it impacts your portfolio? Get the insight you need. You can tune in Tuesdays for the freshest episode of the Market Moment podcast. You can also find them on YouTube as well. Just go to market-moment.com and you'll find it there. Tune in to get to all your financial questions answered as well. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. For full disclosures, visit disclosures.mach1fg.com. I think last night, anyone that was on the fence about Saturday, well, do I want to make the trip to the Hill? It's the weekend. I think a win over Texas, the win the previous week over Kentucky. Clay, I think anyone that was kind of riding the fence, they're going to go or give their tickets away. They're probably all in now.
Became a tougher ticket. And I have somebody that was looking for tickets yesterday, and then it was today when it finally I put him with the right person, I guess. I'm not a ticket guy, but I found somebody that could help him, and I said the price went up.
Yeah,
it's not mine. I'm not selling. I don't have tickets, but I said I'm sure the price is higher today than it was yesterday. And I think you can go on. Is it SeatGeek?
SeatGeek's who the university partners with.
So I think you can see the tickets probably are a little higher now than they were, say, a week ago. After these 2 victories, and it's like, hey, what do they say? It's we're bullish on the Razorbacks right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stock prices they're up 12% this week in market terms.
So I loved last night, and I'm sure y'all keep up with Gary Thomas. That does the Hog Tunes, and he had one. I mean, it was as soon as the game was over. I mean, he must have been working on it during that. That run where Texas went 0 for 12. It's like, I'm going to go ahead and get this done. But it was a steak it was a T-bone steak, T for Texas, and it has a little, what do you call it, a measuring device, or it tells you what the temperature is, and it said, well done.
Yeah.
Gary is so good. And if you haven't seen that, go to Hog Tunes. I put it on my Facebook post too.
He texted me that graphic. I think about the same time you probably got it as well, and it's always great. All right, if you're not going to the game Saturday night or you can't find a ticket, Joe's Grill and Cantina is going to have a watch party with half-price apps and taps. You can go to Joe's on South 74th Street across from Harps. All the beers on tap are half price. All the appetizers are half price. And 7:30 is the perfect time. Maybe get there a little bit early, get the right seat at or near the bar, but there's TVs all around the restaurant, so I think you'll enjoy what you get at Joe's. Plus, they're going to have a huge Valentine's couples party. You can go there for $45 a couple. You get queso or guacamole to start, plus unlimited chips and salsa. Chicken tortilla soup is their chicken verde soup. It is absolutely delicious for both of you. And there's 4 entrees to choose from. Fajitas, they got their chili lime salmon, they got their Mexicali, and their voodoo enchiladas, which have crawfish in them, Clay. They got that voodoo sauce. They are delicious. So
speaking my language,
everybody can get what they want.
Well,
and then you get a brownie.
Price for one?
Huh?
I'm asking for Ty. What's the price for one?
He would probably go double entree and just go ahead and do the 45. So knowing him. But you can go there, and then they're going to bring you a heart-shaped brownie skillet, and I'm sure it's got ice cream and everything you want to go with it for dessert as well. So that's $45 a couple, and that's on Valentine's Day and night at Joe's Grill and Cantina, and of course there for the Hog game as well. It's Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps. All right, let's look at some of the other finals and how the SEC did last night. We'll do that next here on the Morning Rush.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is former Arkansas Razorback J.J. Meadows, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, this is Landon Jackson, and you're listening to ESPN Arkansas.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meinke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meinke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meinke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
Pretty exciting. First time that we've done a podcast, and we're going to try to promote Fort Smith Public Schools, what we do with our basketball at all 6 schools, the 4 middle schools and both high schools. And then, of course, we've got several big-time tournaments coming up, one that starts today. And so this is going to be exciting.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Cakes for 3, it's on the way. Yes! Yes!
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. Join me, Phil, and Dr. Charles Liggett every Monday at 12:15 for my favorite segment, 3 Up, 3 Down.
Pitchers look pretty good. Getting quite a few strikeouts over the weekend. Good to see Kendall Diggs back in there.
I'm a patient there, and you can be too. 3 Up, 3 Down is presented by River Valley Smile Center. Visit rivervalleysmiles.com or give them a call at 479-646-0706. That's River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
At Hogs Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Planning your Valentine's Day date? Joe's Grill and Cantina has a delicious and fun Valentine's Day date ready for you. Get started with an appetizer including queso and guacamole. Then have chicken tortilla soup plus your choice of 2 entrees, fajitas, voodoo enchiladas, chili lime salmon, and their famous Mexicali. Plus in the dinner with a heart-shaped skillet brownie. All of this for just $45 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart. Your place for Valentine's Day.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alba or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Well, you look around the SEC last night, three games around the league, and another entertaining night of basketball. I know we get caught up in what's going on with the Razorbacks, and I think playing Texas certainly draws a lot of our attention. But now that we're halfway through the SEC race, I think we're starting to pay maybe a little bit more attention to what's going on in the games night to night and the outcomes. Of course, Arkansas beat Texas 78-70. Tennessee comes from behind, played to beat Missouri. That game was played before Arkansas, and Tennessee at one point was down double digits. They come back to win at home against 15th ranked Missouri. This was 2 top 15 teams, 85-81 last night in Knoxville.
Yeah, Missouri is for real, in my opinion. I mean, I think that what you saw in that game, the tenacity that they play, and I think they've got a couple of older players they brought into the transfer portal, and they were hits. They say, you got a hit or a miss. We were all thinking Nelly was a miss until the last 3 games, right? Now he looks like the guy we thought he was.
Ziegler had 21 last night, and along with Milichik for 21 as well to lead Tennessee to the win last night. Georgia beat LSU. Probably not a surprise there. Game was in Athens, 81-62. So looking at the standings after Tuesday and Wednesday's play around the league, Auburn still atop at 9-0 as we hit the halfway point. Alabama coming to Arkansas on Saturday night. They're at 8-1. Then you got Missouri after the loss last night at 6-3, as is Florida and Texas A&M. The 6-4 teams right now that are a game ahead of the halfway point is Tennessee after the win last night, Ole Miss at 6-4 after their win on Tuesday against Kentucky, and Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky along with Georgia. Hang on, let me back up. Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky are 4-5. Georgia, Texas are both 4-6. OU at 3-6 along with the Razorbacks. Then LSU at 1-8. South Carolina at 0-9. Those are the last two games. I don't say there's any must-wins at this point, but, Clay, we got two can't-lose games on the schedule, and that's the home date with LSU and the road trip to Columbia, South Carolina. Cannot lose those games and keep yourself on the right side of the bubble.
Well, you just have to if you can't win those two, then you got to win two that are a little harder, like this one coming up. You can kind of play with house money a little bit if you can beat Alabama, because that really will count as two. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, it's the ultimate quad one win in that they're going to be a number one seed in all likelihood. Might be the conference champs. So you have something that you can gain by this game that makes whenever you say road game, it's tough. Yeah. And the South Carolina trip can be problematic just because they're decent and they've played everybody pretty tough at home. And so that's the, without question, those are the two that you look and say, yeah, they're at the bottom of the schedule. But let's look at the standings. Every time you win, you pass a team or two, sometimes two. And they're at 3-6, and you look at the standings, and they're only a couple of games behind four teams.
Yeah. Well, they're tied for 13th, but you're right. You got five teams in front of them with 4 wins.
Yeah, I got tickled yesterday. I was listening to the afternoon boys, which I don't know why, but they kept saying over and over, both of them, Arkansas's 2-7. Arkansas's 2-7. I was like, they're not 2-7, and they might be 3-6 after this game. So we'll see if they correct themselves today. But I don't really want to accuse them of.
Well, Zach has the flu, so he's got the Tamiflu cloud going on.
But they're not. Yeah, but Derek doesn't. He said it too. They both said it.
Yeah.
And then then you run that show back again in the 6 o'clock hour, and they said it again because they had said it at 4 o'clock.
So you look, LSU's coming up next Wednesday the 12th. Now you got to get through Alabama. I don't want to look ahead. That's a big game next Wednesday. You got to have a season split. Because you played them and obviously lost there. The South Carolina game is March the 1st, so you got some time on those. But, Alabama Saturday night, LSU, here's next week, LSU, and then the road trip Saturday to Texas A&M. I just don't think you want to look any further ahead in a game or two. And right now, you got a free shot at Alabama on Saturday night. And again, that game is at 7:30 instead of 7, if you didn't get the news yesterday, due to NBA coverage and things going on ESPN. The game has moved back 30 minutes to accommodate the television network. All right, that's your SEC update this morning. It is brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group, the #1 provider of aggregates and top-quality asphalt, gravel, sand, hot mix, whatever you need, they can bring it, and ready mix as well to your job site, to your home. No job's too big, no job's too small for APAC as well. So if you are looking to get that job done and you need some help with construction services, they can do that as well, as they have turnkey solutions that can help you in construction consultant services to help keep your job on track. 479-587-3300, 587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group. Super Bowl is on Sunday. That's obviously going to dominate the weekend. I hope we're in here talking Monday first and foremost about Arkansas and what happened that was exciting. But, Clay, this is, I would say it's arguable it's the biggest sporting event of the year. It's not to me, but it is to most. And
it's a worldwide event.
It's an international event. The thing that saddens me is we get through this and now there's no football for, 5.5 months.
Yeah, I mean it's that's the nature of the beast. But it's like, hey, it's run its course. It's time to play. And then if you gave football, if you ate vanilla ice cream every single night, at some point, well, first of all, you'd probably be a blimp, but at some point you'd get tired of it.
But it'd be worth it.
Well, I don't know.
Eventually, you'd want sprinkles. Eventually, you'd want chocolate sauce.
Yeah,
you'd want something a little different.
Eventually, we gotta take football away so that in August it's meaningful again.
Yeah, I know.
We get started again. So it's like you can't
overexposure.
You can't do the same thing. I mean, it's just I'm not going to go any deeper. I had another thought in my mind, but it's best that I just bury it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'd be like eating at Andy's Frozen Custards every day. I mean, you
Yeah,
can
but they
have
have different flavors.
That's right. You could have vanilla every day, but eventually I'd want to mix in the Heath bar or go chocolate with something else. Or
My freezer's not big enough
Yeah.
to do what it's just got vanilla.
Andy's
I do have
Frozen
some Klondike bars.
Yeah, mix
Andy's
it.
Frozen Custard would be better.
Yeah, so get over and see them. They're in Conway with 2 locations, East Oak and Dave Ward Drive. Rogers Avenue, very close to my house in Fort Smith, and also you can find them in North Little Rock on JFK Boulevard. They have an app now, and you can download the Andy's app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, walk up or drive through. They're ready to serve you. Get the mix and match for this weekend. You can do that for the game. 6 of your favorite flavors. It's the perfect game time treat at Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, Fort Smith, and in North Little Rock. I think this is going to be a fun game. I know we got a lot of Chiefs fans in our listening audience. I know they get banged on a little bit because of Taylor Swift, because a lot of them consider bandwagon fans, but I just enjoy greatness. I enjoy watching that in sports, and you just think about what we've been able to see the last 20 years, 25 years or so. You've had Tom Brady that went on a run that lasted 20 years, that resulted in 7 Super Bowls. I don't know where Mahomes is going to go with this, and if his body can stand up to the endurance that Tom Brady's body did. But here's a chance. I think he's still going to be one short from being any kind of GOAT conversation. I don't think he's on the same level as Brady yet, but he just needs more time before you can enter that conversation. But we're watching greatness, irregardless. And it's a treat. I don't know why everybody wants to rush it off the stage when you're seeing something as elite as Patrick Mahomes.
I just think it's what you're talking about there is people get tired of one team dominated, and that's what they've done. And you can say, well, they won a lot of close games this year. But in most of those games, when I'm watching, and I watched all of them probably, I was pretty sure the Chiefs were going to win. I never felt like they lucked into a game. And I've heard some people gripe about officiating, and I can go back and point throughout a game, there's calls that go, they're 50-50 calls. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. You don't remember the 50-50 calls that you got. You just remember the ones that you don't have. And the Chiefs haters are remembering just part of the story. And Tommy, you know that as well as anybody, that not all the calls line up for one team.
They're
50-50 calls.
In the course of an athletic competition, 80+% of the calls, and maybe that percentage is a little different in professional sports because the matchup's so much parity. But generally, when you watch watch an Arkansas basketball game, you look at 80+% of those calls, they're not 50-50. They're pretty obvious. That's an obvious foul. It's the 50-50 calls. They're going to go one way or the other.
Correct.
And that's the one where, we judge all of this looking through the lens of just those handful of calls in a game. But that's really what a referee's truly paid to do in any sport is get those could go either way calls correct. And there is a correct and an incorrect. Rarely is it could truly go either way.
I've got kind of a little bit of a rooting interest in this game. I'm close to the Washburn family. Jim Washburn, who was an assistant under Danny Ford, and his son Jeremiah was in that group with Burlsworth and all those guys. Didn't play a whole lot. Had some knee issues, but was an offensive guard. And then he's gotten into NFL coaching. He's the defensive end outside linebacker coach for the Eagles, Jeremiah. And he texts me sometimes when an Arkansas victory doesn't suit him. He'll mention something. So does Jim. But I can do a little Eagles fly for Jeremiah.
There you go. It makes it easy for you to pick a side.
Well, it just means that I'm going to be happy either way.
Yeah.
Because I like the Chiefs. I'm not a diehard Chiefs fan, or I couldn't be pulling for the Eagles in some ways. But I think this is a game that's going to be entertaining. I
just
think both
entertain
teams
me.
Can.
Just entertain me. Feed me and entertain me. That's
what
all.
What are you going to cook, Tommy? You're a good cook. You got some outdoor skills.
I'm thinking pork butt because you can feed a crowd with that. We're not having a. And here's the thing with the flu and the COVID and all that going around. I'm not sure how much I want to be in a big crowd anyway. I don't have a pork butt in the freezer, but I do have a pork belly. and I'm considering getting that pork belly out and doing some pork belly burn-ins.
So do you cube them up and
yeah? I'll
douse them in brown sugar and all that good stuff.
I'll smoke it whole, low heat for a while and render a lot of that, and then do what you're talking about. Cube it up, and then render it down some more, a little higher heat, and see how they go. I've never done the pork. I've done the brisket burn-ins a lot. I have not done a pork belly.
Oh, you'll like it.
So
you'll like it. Everybody.
I've tried them. I just never.
It's like
done it.
candy.
Yeah, it's meat candy. So
Tommy, how can you do Ty's specialty, that pork butt, without him gone? He's going to be upset about it.
That's his specialty.
You don't remember the time that he came
cooked
in
it in
here?
a microwave.
That's right.
He cooked a pork butt in a microwave. What do you mean? What, in an air fryer? He did it in an air fryer.
He did it in an air fryer,
and then wondered why it wasn't any good.
He left it in his fridge all night long, open too.
That's a moron alert.
I can only do so much.
All the
folks.
bells are going off at one time. Pork butt in an air fryer.
Yeah, I can only do so much, Clay. I mean, it's
Can
a
you
24-hour-a-day job.
How much fat that rendered and how that air fryer
rendered it? It crispened it.
Yeah,
it encapsulated it.
You might as well just throw it away.
Yeah. Hey, Gaston's would be a great place. Can you imagine, right, going to Gaston's? We were talking about the White River earlier. Getting you a cabin, fish all day, about 5 o'clock, get in there, because I'm not going to watch 6 hours of pregame. But get there, get settled in. It's going to be nice enough weather, cool enough to build you a fire in the fireplace. That'd be a great place to take in the Super Bowl. Maybe just wander down to the restaurant and get you a steak or something to take back to the room and enjoy it there. They got high-speed internet, so you can chat and not just high-speed internet. I'm underselling it. They got fiber internet there at Gaston. So you're going to have a great experience. Right now, winter rates are in effect, so you're going to save money on the lodging when you go. And I'm telling you, February is a great month to fish. They've opened back up by the state park up that direction near the dam, and it is a great time to be on the White River. Ask about winter rates at Gaston's. Also think about those February reservations for next weekend for Valentine's Day, spring break, and all of it coming up as well. 870-431-5202 is the number. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Clint Sterner, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild, wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Bartley.
Planning your Valentine's Day date? Joe's Grill and Cantina has a delicious and fun Valentine's Day date ready for you. Get started with an appetizer including queso and guacamole. Then have chicken tortilla soup plus your choice of 2 entrees, fajitas, voodoo enchiladas, chili lime salmon, and their famous Mexicali. Plus in the dinner with a heart-shaped skillet brownie. All of this for just $45 a couple. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Hart. Your place for Valentine's Day. World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Liv Moss.
You know what I said at halftime? I love coaching this team. Right there on ESPN. They're playing so hard. I'm so proud of them. They're defending. I love coaching this team, and I do.
How can you not laugh and have a smile on your face when you hear that? Hit the end of that again there, Colton.
You know what I said at halftime? I love coaching this team.
That's what Clay used to say in the staff meetings at Hogs Illustrated back in the day. I love coaching this team. He'd look Dudley right now. I love coaching this team. Is that how your staff meetings went, Clay?
Yeah, there was a point where Dudley and I lived about 4 houses apart, and I'd come down in his kitchen, and we'd have a staff meeting, or he'd come up to my kitchen, we'd have a staff meeting.
And you'd say, I love coaching this team.
I love me some Dudley Dawson. And I know that when you come in the morning and you see Ty Richardson, love's not what you're thinking about.
I love coaching this team. I told him that on ESPN. Kevin's in Bentonville. Kevin, you're on the Morning Rush.
Hey, Tommy, Clay. Hey, Tommy.
Hey, good morning, Kevin.
Hello.
Yeah. Another good night.
Awesome. Great to be a Hog last night. Been a great week.
Yeah. I agree with Clay. I was listening earlier. These late games just are killers. You can't go to bed for another 2 hours, and you're in bed at midnight.
How do you do it? I can't.
I can't wind down that fast.
I mean, in my 50s, I can't. Let's talk about the game a little bit. Everybody's going to look at the Boogie thing. He's not in the game. Let's be honest. This team changed when Z got healthy. I mean, and the defense
saying it over
changed.
and over. You're right.
I mean, because, and you listen to SEC now, Pat Bradley, and he said the same thing. You got a big guy setting screens that can pick and pop. The offense just changed. And, the guys are playing really hard and really good. I expected Texas to make a big run. I didn't think we were going to win by 20. I think they got a little tired, but they fought through it. And, it don't matter if you win. You know what Nolan used to say? 1 or 100, it don't matter. Let's just get the win. So we did. Now we move on to Alabama. Talking about the tournament, you win your 5 home games, that's 8 wins, and they're all. And Tommy, I brought this up before with the net. We're sitting at 44, good spot. You win 5 more games, you're 8 and 10. You're going to be in the tournament. Probably not the seeding that you want, depending on who you beat. 4 out of the 5 are really winnable home games. They're tough, though, every one of them. Maybe you split one. I don't know. The problem with Alabama that I have a concern with, this isn't the traditional Nate Oates team where they just fire up 100 threes. They have down low presence. Florida shoots a lot of threes, but they were able to offensive rebound, and they have a lot of big guys. So that is my concern. Hopefully Jonas, I still don't think he's healthy because he's not playing a lot, and I'll listen to see what you guys have to say.
All right. We always point out when we're right, and I'm going to point out something when I was wrong, because I was saying in December when we didn't have a healthy John L. Davis and we didn't have a healthy Z, and Adu had been out a while, that we really wouldn't know what this team could be until Jonas Adu got back and was playing some minutes. And I think I was right for about a week or two, Clay, but clearly that opinion doesn't hold water any longer. And I thought Adu was going to be the secret sauce and all that, and that's just couldn't be further from the truth.
Well, he just hasn't come along, and for whatever reason, you have to decide. And I'm sure that the struggles that Nelly had, gave them concern. He's like, how long do you go with him? But he can score. Scores are just like Trey Johnson. He's a scorer. You give him the ball, let him do his thing. And they are running a lot more screen. They got 3 guys screening for him.
Yeah. Hey,
he's doing the Pat Bradley, is what I call it, running from sideline to sideline using those screens. That's what Pat did. That's what Rodney Clark did. And I give Nelly credit. He's worked himself in. He couldn't do that a month ago.
Looking forward to tomorrow's show. Coming up, we're going to have Lane Whitman join us in the second hour. End of the first hour. We'll talk some racing at Oaklawn coming up. If you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Anywhere app, do that. Use promo code RUSH25, and you can get a $150 sign-up bonus. They got a big weekend of live racing coming up, and a couple weeks out from the Rebel Stakes that's coming up as well. So be sure and be with us tomorrow for some handicapping insights, and get the Oaklawn Anywhere app in your Apple app or Google Play Store, promo code RUSH25. We were talking about fishing, Clay. If you haven't been to lurenet.com, everyone needs to get there. Rebel, Yum, Booyah, all your favorite brands by Pradco are there with exclusive deals on their site on baits and different items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, they have free shipping on all U.S. orders over $35. So get there today and load up your tackle box. That's lurenet.com. All right, been a fun show. Matt and Phil are standing right out there in the hall waiting to come in here and tell you what they think about Arkansas beating Texas. Clay, let's do this again tomorrow.
I'm ready, and if Ty comes back next week, we'll let him back on the show, but we don't really need him.
He's hopefully he can find his way back, but hopefully he is having a good time at the Waste Management.
Me too. Right. I hope he is too. Yeah.
For Clay Henry and Colton Little, I'm Tommy Kraft. Have a great day. Halftime is next here on ESPN Arkansas on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Limited time. Employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right. Employee pricing is back, and you pay